Christmas while they relax.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you.
Hello people, it's your boy Arthur Smitty and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we will be reviewing Kraven the Hunter. Apparently the last and hopefully the final and last Sony SSU movie. I'm a little late on this, but you know, it was no rush to watch this film. No rush at all. I had just finished school, so I was like, we'll see this when we see it. It ain't no rush. Especially after seeing that this movie came to theaters with starting off with a 13%. Like a 13%. Like, that was insane. And then I looked at the ratings now, it went up to like a 16%. And then once we finally did get the audience score, those 68 to 70% people, kill yourself. That's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Kill yourself, because I don't know what you is watching for you to enjoy. The same thing with Morbius. Like all of that 70%, kill yourself. Like that's all I have to say. Because y'all, I don't know what film y'all was watching, but that was not it. But is Morbius a good film? Is it a bad film? You know, based off of the ratings, I think what I just said about the ratings of people saying like kill them, is it a good film? I will say this. I don't think it's a 16%. I think Madam Web is the worst. Madam Web is the worst of the worst. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's as bad as Madam Web, or worse than Madam Web, as people are saying. I don't think so. I think this movie is a lot more it's more entertaining than that movie. But do I think it should get the hate it deserves? A little bit, but I don't think it's as bad as Morbius or Madam Web or Venom 3. I don't think it's as bad as those. This movie is okay to me. It's okay. It's not, like I said, for me, I knew how this was going to work for me because it's rated R and there are some blood moments and are some gruesome moments and some good action scenes. I thought it had some moments that made it okay, but things like the dialogue, the plot, the characters, pretty much everything, other than like a couple of action scenes, like, the movie is still bad. Like, it's still bad. It's not a great movie. I'm not about to give this movie like a 7 out of 10 or nothing. Like, it's still pretty bad. But yeah, but it does have some good moments. But it's just held back by like weird and just overall terrible dialogue. Characters just being stupid. Like the usual stuff. Like I don't know. I do want to talk about this real fast. I did get I am happy that we actually did get to see comic accurate Rhino. I actually didn't hate him. Like, I actually did not hate him, because I've been seeing people talk about Rhino a lot, and I was like, he doesn't. Based off of what Rhino looks like in the comics, especially like the Ditko comics, like the original stuff, like he don't look as bad. I mean, Rhino is a goofy looking character anyway, so like there's really not much you can do. He's a big bulky guy that is all gray, has a horn, like, and then you just see like a little bit of his face. So I mean, it ain't really much you can do. I mean, I didn't even get mad at the design for Paul Giamatti in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I thought that design was goofy. Like, there isn't really much you can make. You can't really make Rhino look but so cool. Like, it's not gonna happen. I think the best design we'll ever get of like a modern Rhino was in like Marvel's Insomniac Spider-Man. I think that Rhino looks pretty perfect in a way. Like, I don't really see how else you could do that type of design. But for the most part, that looks fine. Rhino was cool. He was cool from when we got him, and you got the action scenes. Not when he's talking. When he's talking, he sounds ridiculous, and it's dumb. And whenever there's like certain moments of like CGI, because that's also something that looks bad. The CGI is just the CGI is like Morbius. Like when Morbius is flying or when he's crawling on stuff, it just looks so much like a video game. It just looks weird. Like I don't know who's in charge of the CGI for the SSU, but like they need to get fired because everything looks like a video game. It just looks bad. But I do need to ask Sony this. I need to ask Sony this. Why do y'all keep doing this thing where you have the characters being like their outfits, like in their like outfits in the posters and maybe like in the posters and like the marketing. But then when you watch the film, they're not dressed in their actual outfits. Like you did it in Madam Web, you tricked us with us thinking they was going to actually be in their suits. You kind of tricked us with Morbius, thinking he was going to get the little collar and stuff. We thought eventually Venom was going to get the white spider and meet Spider-Man. You tricked us with that as well. And then Kraven in this movie, forget spoilers. Do you really care? He doesn't get the coat until like the end of the movie, and I think it's like a couple seconds or maybe like one scene, and then the movie ends. And I'm like, what, like why? Like what? You thought he was gonna look ridiculous? Like but I just had to point that out. But Aaron Taylor Johnson as Kraven. Me personally, no disrespect to Aaron Taylor Johnson, I think he's a pretty good actor. He's a pretty good actor, but I don't like him in this film. He did get ripped, and he was able to pull off some cool action scenes. I ain't gonna lie, especially since they made this movie rated R, which I'm still fucking pissed because how do you make the movie about a vampire not rated R, or a movie about a guy that eats people's brains? You made those movies PG-13, but Kraven the Hunter gets them rated R. I will never understand that, but because this movie is rated R, he gets to do some cool stuff and get to see like some blood. Other than it makes it interesting, a little impactful instead of just seeing like with Morbius just some blue like plasma. Like that's way better. But I think Aaron Taylor Johnson wasn't good in this. I don't, and he didn't really give me Kraven vibes. I don't know. Maybe I'm still stuck on him being Quicksilver, but he doesn't really give me. Or maybe I'm still stuck on him being kick-ass. I don't know. Like he doesn't give me Kraven vibes. He doesn't really give me Kraven vibes. He really just he felt like to me like any other hunter and had the most generic dialogue. Like I don't know. Like he just felt like any other hunter. Like really any other hunter. But I would like it if we get back to just casting people that look fully like the role. Like yeah, he just didn't do me justice for Kraven. Who else is in here? Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe is the best part about this movie. He's the I forgot the guy, the main villain of the Morbius movie, but he's like him. He Russell Crowe is hilarious. He's like the best part. Best part. Then you got the dude from Face Off, the only movie that I know him from. He's in here as Rhino. He knew he was in a bad movie. He's hilarious. He's having a good time. I don't even care. Ariana DeBose as Calypso. Calypso, I don't know what her purpose is here. She's kind of just she's here for plot. She's really here for plot. She's somewhat like of the reason why Kraven has his powers, but the way the origin is set up is kind of weird because they're trying to fight this lion. Like there's a lion that no one can kill, not even the military, or no one's heard of, like no one outside has heard about a lion that's killed over 1,000 people, and then they finally kill it with one rifle, and his blood goes into Kraven, and then like the lion drags Kraven, and then Calypso is there when she was younger, and she gives him like a potion that gives him the powers, and then his eyes like it's like so weird. Like I don't even know what to say. Like the origin story is just weird how they do it. Like it's weird how they do it. I do like that it's a family of hunters with unique abilities. So Chameleon is in the movie. You know what Chameleon can do. he starts off as being a guy with voices, and then eventually he meets someone and they give him his white face so he can change faces, even though it looks kind of weird because he's changing faces, but he's not changing his body. So it's like when he tries to impersonate people, he's like shorter than who he's impersonating at times. So I was like, okay. And you just have like this big family of hunters, and then you had Kraven's brother, his other brother that died, and that's pretty much sets Kraven on his path for revenge. But yeah, like all of them are like a big family of hunters. I thought that was pretty cool. And then Kraven is like he uses his hunting skills and stuff like that. So that was interesting. But it's just the story on how everything flows and gets to those points is just weird. And I don't know. This movie, I don't know really what to say. Like I don't hate it, but I don't love it. Like it's not like I don't know. If I was to rank this, I think, in my personal opinion, I think Venom Let There Be Carnage is the best. Venom Let There Be Carnage is the best. I would say Venom Let There Be Carnage. Okay. Venom 1. Then Kraven. Then Venom 3 The Last Dance. Morbius. And then Madam Web. Madam Web would be the worst. So Kraven is like, it's kind of like like a little bit in the middle. Like I would probably watch this before I watch any of the other ones. Venom 3, Morbius, and Man Web, they're all garbage. I would never tell you to go back and rewatch them. Or if you haven't watched them, don't ever watch them. Don't spare your sanity. But yeah, other than like a couple of cool action scenes, this movie is pretty much, it could be average at times, but then there's just moments that make it a little bit below average. So it's like, can I give it a higher score? I want to give it a 5 and just make it average, but it's just a lot of things that just hold it back. And just like in Madam Web, there's some moments where the actors are like looking away from the camera. They're like looking away from the camera, and like you can clearly tell that they added in dialogue and they did reshoots, and it's like dubbed. So they're having them like look away, and they're like talking, but what they're saying, what is like the actual dialogue that's being played is not actually what's coming out of their mouth. And it's like a couple of scenes like that. And I'm like, why are we did y'all not learn y'all lesson at Madam Web? Like this is like, we can tell that's not actually coming out of his mouth. It's not like with Spider-Man where he's wearing like a mask and like you can dub the lines because we don't see his mouth move. And even if you do, it's kind of like the mask is just moving up and down. So you can't see him actually like pronouncing syllables. But here, like, I don't know. They keep doing it and it's like super obvious. Like, I don't know why, but whatever. If I was to rate this movie, let's see. For me, it's between like a 3 and a 4. Like a 3 and a 4. I think I gave Madam Web like a 2 or a 1. I gave Venom Let There Be. I don't remember what I gave Venom 3. Like I don't remember. I think I gave Venom 3 like, oh, I think I gave it like a 4 or 5 as well. Like a 4 or 5. Uh, Venom 3 only beats it by like a couple of, like just a couple of things. Only actually no, I like this movie more than Venom 3. So I think because it's rated R and there are some really cool action scenes, it holds it up. But this movie isn't. It's just bad. It's not even like a so bad. It's not even a so good. A so bad it's funny, or so bad that it's good. It's just bad. It's just whatever. And then like Madam Web is just like terrible. Like the movie was just garbage. Like there's no saving it. This movie, it could have been good. Like it's like little moments, margins of potential. But I think I'm gonna go with like I think I'm gonna go with a 4. Like a 4 out of 10. A 3, 4 out of 10. I honestly, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Wait for it to come on Netflix, or just don't even watch it at all. Like it's not worth it. There are better movies. Shit, go play some video games. Don't even waste your time with this. It's not worth it. Like not at all. It's whatever. Go wait. Just wait for Notes for Rot 2, or wait for Sonic 3. That's pretty much what I would tell you to do. Don't waste your time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.